friends, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Demilade. Thank you for stopping by to watch this. Today I want to quickly, talk about something that I learned from Michelle Obama's Becoming. I don't know if you have read this book, but I haven't finished reading it yet. But the little part that I read, I want to share something that I learned from it. This is on the preface, it's just like the beginning of the book. I'm going to read a few lines and then I'll tell you what I want to talk about. It says, when I was a kid, my aspirations were simple. I wanted a dog, I wanted a house that had stairs in it. 2 floors for one family. I wanted for some reason a 4-door station wagon instead of the 2-door boat that was my father's pride and joy. I used to tell people that when I grew up, I was going to be a pediatrician. Why? Because I loved being around little kids, and I quickly learned that it was a pleasant answer for adults to hear. I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, and all that. Oh, a doctor? What a good choice. In those days, I wore pigtails and buzzed my older brother around and managed always, and no matter what, to get A's at school. I was ambitious, though I didn't know exactly what I was shooting for. Now, I think it's one of the most useless questions an adult can ask a child. What do you want to be when you grow up? As if growing up is finite. As if at some point you become something and that is the end. So far in my life, I've been a lawyer, I've been a vice president at a hospital, and a director of a non-profit that helps young people build meaningful careers. I've been a working class black student at a fancy mostly white college. I've been the only woman, the only African American in all sorts of rooms, and all of that. Now, my point here today is this: what do you want when you ask a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? She thinks the most useless question, as if growing up is finite, as if at some point you become something and that is the end of your life. And that's what I will talk about today. There are so many dimensions to human, to me, to you, and to all of us. What you studied in college or what you studied in uni, or what people have known you to be, does not need to define the whole essence of your life. You are more than what you even think you are, and I'm more than what I think I am. I'm going to give an example of a woman, Mrs. Sibukan-Woshika. She studied chemistry. Now, apparently she's the chairman of First Bank of Nigeria. And First Bank was founded in 1894, so she's the first female chairman of that organization. And she became that in 2015. Now, Ms. Sibukan-Woshika studied chemistry in the university. After she studied chemistry, she went on to intern as an auditor in an accounting firm. She wasn't satisfied with that, and then she went on to start her own company, a furniture company, and she sits across different boards as chairman and all of that, advisory and today she's the chairman of First Bank of Nigeria. I gave that example because she's someone that she studied chemistry, has nothing to do with auditing or with accounting or with finance, and today she sits on top of a financial institution. She has been different things at different times. And she's not been limited by, I studied chemistry and that is the end of me. And I have to do everything scientific and all that. There are many things you can become at different times. Whatever your hand finds to do it with all your might. It doesn't mean that you have to be sloppy about what you're doing now because you think that it can be anything. Do whatever you're doing now, take it seriously, but be flexible. Don't box yourself into a cage and say, this is what I studied and that's all I'm going to be. There are so many sides to you. Don't let society define you by what you've done and say, that is the end of your life. You can today be a lawyer and tomorrow you find yourself in the front of the television and you find out that you actually have the ability to do that. There are so many ability that you have that you don't even know. All you have to do is just set your mind, be open to opportunities that come across you, and you don't know that which you are really, really going to be interested in. Thing is, being able to step out of your comfort zone or out of your natural zone, especially if you feel like what I'm doing is no longer comfortable for me, or I do no longer take interest in this thing that I'm doing. I'll give an example. My younger brother told me about a woman, quite elderly, a woman that was a nurse. You know, she was a nurse in a teaching hospital. I think she's grown to the ranks of being a matron. Like, you know, she's been a nurse for a couple of years. But then she wanted to study law. And she started, you know, she had a uni, she went for masters, and today she's got a PhD in law. And she's a lecturer. She's actually a university lecturer in law. She was a nurse, and that she's even gone higher. Now, she discovered that all she could be was not to be a nurse, you know, and she stepped out into something different. I'm sure when she started nursing, she probably had interest in nursing, but then she found out that she had other interest, and she was able to step out of a natural zone, you know, to pursue something that is of interest to her. So this is, you know, what I want to just share today, that like Mitchell said, what you can become is not finite. You can't say this is all I want to be and that is it. For some people, they discover what they want to do and they stay to it, and that's what they do all their lives. For some other people, it is gradual, it's progressive. The revelation of who they can be is progressive. And if you're someone like that, please just step out and just do what you think you can do, even outside of what people have known you to be, or even what you think that you can do yourself. Thank you for listening to me today, and kindly please subscribe to this channel, share and like, and please drop your comment below if what I've said resonates with you. Thank you so very much.